Welcome back to the Perth Hockey Stadium. It is round 10 of the Premier Men's competition, and today we've got Curtin University taking on Wasps, Wesley South Perth Hockey Club. Both the teams just lining up, ready to make their way onto the turf. As we turn our attention to the team lineup, some players to look out for Curtin University. Look out for Nick Budgeon, their player coach, wearing the number 6 shirt. Christian Nettleton wearing number 8 will also be dangerous from penalty corners. But a player I'm really interested to see how he performs is the German Anton Zickler, wearing number 17, who is in goal for them today. Turning our attention to Wasps, well, they've got some familiar faces. Duncan Pearce is going to have to step up and get the goals with Trent Mitten away on international duty. Gives opportunities, though, to some of the younger players like Dylan Deere to look out for. And a new face is Vian Stickling. Again, a player to look out for, a young player with a bright future with the club. Well, as I mentioned, Nick Budgeon is the player coach of Curtin, and we have Terry Walsh stepping in today for Dean Evans, who's away at the moment. And Terry Walsh, of course, has coached Wasps before, has his 2 sons playing in the team, Jamie and Cale. Cale wearing the captain's armband. Our umpires for this match are Tim Gears and Chris Gears, the 2 brothers. So they should have a good understanding, you would think, and hopefully we will have a very exciting match. So thank our sponsors just quickly: FMG, Osdrill, Danks Furniture, Tiger Turf and Kookaburra, as we're about to get this match underway. Wasps currently sitting 5th on the ladder, and Curtin sitting 9th out of 12 teams. So Curtin could do with a win just to lift themselves up a few spaces if they could, but you feel that Wasps are probably the favourites, although they have copped a couple of hidings so far this season. Wasps on 15 points, Melville on 17, Westside Wolves on 18, along with YMCA. And then above them is Hale on 21 and Fremantle on 24. So Curtin University in the orange, Wasps in the green and gold. And of course both teams missing their Australian players. I'm Ashley Morrison, looking forward to bringing you this action. No Matthew Swan or Trent Mitten for Wasps, and no Tim Howard or Corey Weir for Curtin University. I'm sure they'll be in their hotel room in Great Britain at the moment, trying to keep an eye on the match as it progresses. There's a good break forward now from Tim Adoyne. Top of the circle. Oh, it just didn't break there, unfortunately, for Dane Angwin, the captain of Curtin University. Helped down the line by Brynda Bears. Good acceleration being shown by Stickling. And Stickling just having the ball taken away by Joe Welsh. Vian Stickling is just a youngster. He's represented WA in the under-18s in February of this year. Was with Westside Wolves before making the move to Wasps. Brought down there calmly as ever by Jamie Walsh, but pass not finding a teammate. I mentioned Anton Zickler, the German goalkeeper for Curtin, just 19 years of age. Plays his hockey for Krefeld, one of the top sides in Germany, certainly in terms of the indoor game. Linus Butt having played for Krefeld. And Oscar Dika, again another of the famous internationals to come from that club. Comes wide now to Christian Nettleton. Reece Angwin playing the ball back. 2 brothers within the side, the Angwin brothers. Reece is the older of the 2. They both hail from Narrogin, again in the southwest of Western Australia. Comes to Reece Angwin again. Goes back into the defensive line to Nettleton. So Wasps at the moment just shifting defensively really well. Nettleton forced to play it down the line. Good deflection by Maverick Yao. And chasing all the way, but getting there just ahead of him was Jamie Walsh. Jamie Walsh trying the diagonal diagonal pass, and coming into that space, that 5 metre space, was Rowan Bilney. So Murray McIntyre getting the free hit. Ball comes into Rainey. Joe Robinson now carries forward for Wasps, just held up for a second. Lovely little touch from Rainey, and that was really special from Bryn de Bez. De Bez, well, it looked like he was out-muscled there on the edge of the circle by Joe Welsh, but no whistle. And so it will be Curtin with the free out defensively. A little bit of pace put on that pass, but down the line it goes again from Yao. Robinson again for Wasps. Very cautious start by both sides so far. Just moving the ball laterally as we enter the 5th minute of the first quarter. Pleased to say the rain has stopped. Still a fairly chilly afternoon here at Curtin University. Good tackle coming in there from Jordan Edmonds. Edmonds, though, illegally dispossessed by Jamie Walsh, and a chance to play on by Ryan West. West feeding a difficult ball, which was brought under control well by Timothy O'Dowan. Yao, and that was straight into the shins of Lachlan Sampson. Yao again, Sampson left behind, and Yao smashing that one into the turf and lifting it dangerously. So free hit to Wasps. Jamie Walsh just a little flick of the wrists and being brought back. And it was because there was a second ball on the pitch. Walsh was a little bit frustrated by that, but if there's 2 balls on the pitch, there's not much the umpires can do. It was a good turn initially, coming infield there from Travis College. Unfortunately for Joe Robinson, couldn't keep that one in play. Got low down to try and trap that. So Nettleton from the side. Short little pass by him. Oh, dear me. Just turning straight into Jamie Walsh was Rhys Angwin. Smile on the face of Jamie Walsh and having a bit of a joke about it with Rhys Angwin. And that's stolen by Wasps, and a chance to break forward now by the young Stickling. Played forward, that's a good pass, picking out the run of Bryn de Bez. De Bez into the circle, De Bez shoots, and it's gone past Zickler, past the left-hand or right-hand post as he defends his goal. Long corner, oh, lovely skills again, and unfortunately, Rainey couldn't keep it in play. Sampson it was bursting forward there for Wasps. So Wasps certainly looking as if they've got that turn of pace when they need it to turn defence into attack. And there's no doubt that Fionn Stickling has really shown that he is a player to watch at the moment, wearing the number 19 for Wasps. Just taking a breather now as they roll the substitutes on and off. Rainey collects and bursts through, feeds it out now. It's a good pass to Lewis Barrett, bobbles up in the air. Zickler comes off his line. Players diving everywhere. And I think his own teammate Rhys Angwin, came off the worst from that challenge. Just getting caught by his goalkeeper. So long corner again to Wasps. No ball on the pitches yet. Deflected, or did that catch the leg? Yes, it did, just up off the body. So free hit, edge of the circle. Defenders now have to be 5 metres. They weren't, although certainly Maverick Yao was, but the free hit, and it should be a penalty corner, yes, and penalty corner has been given. So the first penalty corner of the match goes the way of Wasps. Can they turn it into the opening goal, just like their female counterparts did in their match. Their first penalty corner they managed to convert. This will be a real test for the men's team if they can turn this into a goal. Certainly they've managed to score plenty of goals, Wasps, this season. 32 in 9 games, but they've actually conceded 25, and it's at the back where they've had a few problems. The top of the circle, waiting is Duncan Pearce. Alongside him is Robertson. Goes to Pearce. Pearce, good save from Zickler. Zickler held his line really well in the middle of his goal and got his whole body behind that one. Comes back again to Cale Walsh, played square, lovely pass by him into the circle, and again it's just not brought under control when it needed to be. It's good play inside the circle, Lewis Barrett, but he just couldn't get it under control and then play a good square ball when his team needed it. Maverick Yao carrying it forward as the rain starts to fall again here at the Perth Hockey Stadium. Just fine rain at the moment, and there's danger having to get across, and did so was Dylan Deere. Nearly a mistrap at the back, and they've lost possession once more, and chance for Curtin to come. Looking to play that into the path, and a really strong challenge coming in from Joel Mitten, and again it needed to be because bursting through was Luke Checker. Curtin advancing again, into the circle they go, and it's swept clear, brought under control well by Daniel Rainey. One back though by Maverick Yao. And just keeping his eye on the ball really well there was Dane Angwin. And you can just see the vulnerability there of Wasps at the back. They're going to have to be careful as Murray McIntyre chases. Oh, one-handed. That would have been audacious if he'd managed to pull that one off. Murray McIntyre, though, 44 years of age now. Getting close to another milestone in terms of appearances. Still plenty of life in those legs, though. Down the line it goes. Cale Walsh cuts that one out. Coming back, though, to try and steal that, and almost doing so was Ryan West. In fact, the decision goes Curtin's way. Walsh again, just stepping out and stopping that ball forward from Jordan Edmonds. Maverick Yao not taking the free hit from where they wanted it taken. Very physical challenge, comes forward to McIntyre again. Yao gets a little deflection, but it breaks well for Wasps and was lifted into the hand there of Dane Angwin, so it was too high, so it'll be a free hit. And again, telegraph pass, well read by Travis College. College pushes it forward, and it's a good break now for Lewis Barrett. Barrett looking for support. And Barrett thwarted from getting closer to the circle by Joe Welsh. So now the chance for Curtin to get players back behind the ball as we enter the final 4 minutes of the first quarter. Deflected away again by Joe Welsh. And this time it's deemed that the ball that was played towards the circle was too high. And a rueful shake of the head as he jogs back from Duncan Pearce. Off the stick it goes over the side from Luke Checker. So Wasps ball from the side. Are we going to see a goal before the first break? Cale Walsh through the middle. Good touch coming there from Brynda Bez. Gets a free hit. Played directly towards the D by Cale Walsh. Good skills taking it forward by Jordan Edmonds, and still going, just dumping the ball behind. May have just caught momentarily Ryan West unawares, and his ball across field has been cut out well by Wasps. Came off the foot surely of Ryan Bilney rather. Pearce leaves it behind. Jamie Walsh pushes it to the right-hand side. In it comes, takes a deflection off the goalkeeper. So a long corner directly in front of the goal. Jamie Walsh. And it's ricocheted up. Good work by Lewis Barrett inside the circle. So another penalty corner for Wasps. Can they get the lead here? So Curtin would want to get through this first 15 minutes without conceding anything. Just psychologically puts him in a stronger position. He's making his way to the baseline is Bryn de Bez. Waiting at the top of the circle, we've got Brandon Gibbs. At the first battery, we've got Duncan Pearce. So Gibbs at the second battery, Pearce at the first. It goes to Gibbs. Gibbs flicks towards goal, and that's great save on the line by Bilney. It's another long corner. Every player back for Curtin bar one. They come wide though. Dylan Deere plays it into the circle, but it just caught the foot, unfortunately, of Bryn de Bez. And de Bez, well, maybe a little bit lucky, just took the ball away, didn't allow Curtin to play on quickly. Wasps win possession back. Edge of the circle, was that a foot? I thought it just caught the foot, the trailing foot of Joe Welsh, which was inside the circle. The umpire doesn't agree with me, and it's play on. Deflected this time over the baseline, off the stick of Bilney again. It's another long corner to Wasps. Not surprisingly, Curtin aren't playing the ball forward. Jamie Walsh gets that one forward, but too far ahead of his teammate. And so Curtin can breathe easy again as the fine rain continues to fall down here at the Perth Hockey Stadium. It's more like a drizzle that you get in England. So some of the English players playing for Curtin will be very familiar to playing in these sort of conditions. Joe Welsh being one of those, and Timothy Adoin wearing the number 15 shirt will be another one that will be used to rain like this. So into the final minute now of the first quarter. No goals as yet. Wasps trying to find maybe another penalty corner right before the final hooter of this first spell. Curtin keep it in play. They just need to get it out of that defensive area, and they've done well. Just a misdirected pass though, and that was a little bit fortunate. It was a deflection, but it's going to be a free hit. Wasps want to get on with it quickly. Oh, Kale Walsh got underneath that one, lifted it, and I don't think the free hit will be taken. The hooter goes. That is the end of the first quarter, and it's been Wasps who've been trying to play up-tempo hockey, but so far unable to broach the goal of Curtin University. And at the first break, it is Curtin 0, Wasps 0. The players just breaking up out of their huddles as we're about to get the second quarter underway. No goals as yet, and I'm pleased to say the rain has eased up. I'm sure the players will be very relieved about that as well. So Nick Budgeon down below us, the coach of Curtin. He's got his tracksuit on. We haven't seen him come out on the turf at all, and I'm wondering, even though he's listed, whether he's actually going to get out there. So the hoot is gone for the second quarter to get underway, and Curtin get it underway. Comes to Maverick Yao again on the right hand side, and he plays the ball forward, but it goes harmlessly out of play. Curtin will feel the longer this match goes, the more they frustrate Wasps, the more they're in with a chance of sneaking. It is Brynda Bez plays it down the side, but it's good work again by Yao, narrowing the angle, and just as I was saying, the weather has changed. The sky's open once more, and the rain starts to cascade down. Rainey goes out wide to Joel Mitten. Joel Mitten was trying to feed that into the path of Stickling. Just like to give our sponsors a mention again. Kookaburra, hockey's #1 partnership. Tiger Turf, 3 different systems. Danks Furniture, proudly West Australian quality home furniture. Ausdrill, bringing mortar mining, and FMG, the new force in iron ore. These companies making the live stream of these games possible, as Wasps let that one run all the way through into James Richardson's goal. And once again, we see the ball patrol a little bit too quick to roll the ball on, but you should not criticise their enthusiasm. Kel Walsh flicks it long, coming across again into that space, but it is Wasps who get it. Great chance, and that was a little bump there, and a penalty stroke goes against Maverick Yao. Stickling was the player, I think, that was just bumped off the ball, or it may in fact have been, yeah, I think it was Stickling. So a penalty stroke for Wasps. Stepping forward to take it is Duncan Pearce, and this is the chance Wasps really wanted. Great start to the second quarter. Just 2 minutes in. Can they take the lead? Zickler on his goal line, faced with Duncan Pearce. And then, oh, Zickler got across, but somehow it managed to creep past him. Now Pearce has given Wasps the lead. So Pearce with his 7th goal of the season, his 2nd penalty stroke of the season. And Wasps can just breathe a little bit easier now with that goal. And you just wonder how Curtin will react. Maverick Yao might feel that was a little bit harsh. And the ball runs nicely for Stickling. And a free hit going against the young player from Wasps. It's going off the stick of Cal Walsh and played on quickly there by Rhys Angwin. So Maverick Yao self passes, plays it down the line. Dane Angwin tries to collect, it just took a touch off his feet. Jamie Walsh now. Rainey. Oh, just left it behind, and it's stolen brilliantly by Bilney. Bilney's square pass. Yao will do everything to try and get on the end of that, but unfortunately couldn't get there. Maverick Yao, who no doubt has heard the news that his recent bride, Sarah Branley, who played in the previous game, they got married in August 2018 at the end of the season. So she went down, had a defeat today against Wasps. And many would have picked Curtin to be victorious in that match. Rainey will be penalised. Yao again. He's seen plenty of action. Into the middle he goes, and just you feel at the moment it's just been everything down the edges from Curtin, and they've been just too narrow. Oh, that was clumsy from Liam Sweeney. Up and over went Daniel Rainey. Joel Mitten, the older of the Mitten brothers. Of course, brother Trent, with 11 goals so far in the season, is again over in Great Britain with the other Kookaburra's players, as they're about to play their FIH Pro League match against Great Britain this weekend, and they'll be hoping to sustain their winning ways and make it through to the finals in Amsterdam next month. Should be actually heading over to Europe for the Pro League, and so Michael Holland will be stepping into my shoes for a couple of the games coming up in the next month. As we see a break forward coming from Joe Welsh, pushes it wide, slipping as he plays it in, and the deflection came off Welsh. Ryan West though, just slipping as he played that ball. It will be a long corner, and again we've got balls coming on from both sides of the pitch. Trying to turn, but just catching his foot is Adam Piggott. Oh, there's plenty of space there for Bryn de Beers, but he didn't get the ball on the end of his stick. Now it's Rainey. Rainey plays it forward, and McIntyre gets it under control. Lovely skills by McIntyre. Squares it. Zickler, brilliant save. Took a little bit of a deflection. Zickler, though, managed to get his shoulder up and keep that one out. Across the circle it comes again. McIntyre one hand on the stick and following up with an absolute cracker of a shot. But he just got it over the crossbar. And that one coming from Lachlan Sampson. I think it was actually Sampson who went down for the stroke. Very similar build to Stickling. But it was Sampson, I think, who was impeded by Maverick Yao as Lucas Allen bursts forward now for Curtin. Gets the free hit, leaves it behind. Allen continues to make a good run forward. Carried forward this time by Timothy Adoin. And he's not going to be able to keep that in play. Did it get a touch? Yeah, the long corner has been given. Wasps not too happy about it. But the umpire's not going to change his mind as it comes back to Joe Welsh. Welsh looking to play that on the angle, and Wasps players just watching it go all the way. Oh no, again we see a long corner given. So there must have been a touch somewhere. Curtin weren't complaining. So I don't think they were even aware there was a touch. Comes back now to Nettleton, pushes it down the line. So halfway through the second quarter, Wasps leading by 1-0. Penalty stroke scored by Duncan Pearce. On the ball now. Strong challenge coming in on him from Joe Welsh, but Wasps keep possession. Comes wide now to Joe Robinson. Robinson scanning what was available ahead of him. Well, was that a foul? Nothing paid by the umpires. So having to get up and try and win the ball back again is Paul Robertson. And Robertson will be penalised. He went for the ball, missed it, and caught the shins of Maverick Yao. And Walsh, sorry, not Duncan Pearce it was, who in fact let that one hit his shins. Looked like it was good skills coming from Lucas Allen, and then just when he needed it to be on the end of his stick, it just ran away from him. Unfortunate. And that's a slip at the back, and there's a chance. Oh, unlucky for Wasps. That pass just didn't come off from Liam Sweeney. Otherwise, they may have been in a bit of trouble. Intercepted again in the defensive line. Trying to turn now in the midfield is Adoin. Adoin continues to go forward, plays it out wide. It's kept in play well by Lucas Allen. Allen, though, just overran the pass there. It was a good run from him, but misdirected pass is carried forward again by Rainey. Rainey pincer movement by Curtin, prevent him getting forward, but he does get the free hit for his side. Cale Walsh comes forward. He's got options to the left. Gave it to Pearce. Pearce was forced to play that on a really tight angle by a good challenge again from Joe Welsh. Free hit goes Wasps' way. They play on quickly. Appeals for a free hit from Daniel Rainey, not given, so Wasps continue. Cale Walsh, well, he looked to play that one forward to Pearce, but unfortunately Pearce just a little bit behind him, and I think it just caught his heel. So Curtin, can they find an equaliser before the half-time break? They've got 4.5 minutes. Had their moments going forward. And that wasn't one of them, just splitting the two players on the left-hand side and going harmlessly over the side. Robinson goes across again to Cale Walsh. And Jamie Walsh just couldn't keep it in play. Nick Budgeon waving his players forward. Again, we've got two balls on the pitch, and sure as eggs are eggs, you're not going to see Wasps giving the ball back to Christian Nettleton to play it in from the side. Nettleton again. That's a very good pass. Accurate. Good break forward again. This is promising for Curtin, and just a really important touch, and having to carry it back was Rhys Angwin, and now the free hit goes the way of Wasps. Pearce. Pearce pushes it wide. Brindabez, down the line he goes, and Sampson cuts infield. Good calling there from Cale Walsh, and pushes it forward into the path. Whether he can keep it in play, he does manage to do so. Brandon Gibbs now cuts infield, looking for a foot just outside the circle. Found it. It's a free hit to Wasps. Brandon Gibbs plays on, goes to the baseline, runs out of space. Did it get a touch? No, it didn't. So it will be a free out for Curtin. Nettleton. Robinson, does he commit? Yes, he does, and just takes a touch, puts it over the side ahead of Rhys Angwin. Angwin plays it forward, though, now to Luke Checker, but it just had too much pace on it. Maverick Yao. Two Wasps players, he goes between them. Lovely steal by Lachlan Sampson. Sampson very composed, gets the pass away, and tricky little 1-2 between Pearce, and comes back to Sampson eventually. Pearce almost a blind pass to Jamie Walsh. Pearce again in the midfield, receiving, looking for the run on the flank, and it's a good one coming from Brandon Gibbs. Gibbs goes infield now, and there's opportunities here if Lewis Barrett can find a teammate. He does. Edge of the circle. Comes back to Barrett. Barrett with a chance to shoot. Zickler, what a save that was. Well, Zickler, poor out to his left-hand side, just pushing that ball away. But it's still Wasps on the attack. Just over a minute left in the first half. Can they find a second? Looking to feed that one in. Shot on the turn. Zickler again. That was outstanding save to deny Lachlan Sampson. Sampson on the reverse stick. Zickler with his left hand again, preventing Wasps stretching their lead. Sampson wanting to play on quickly. Umpire saying you can't play on while a player's on the ground. And hobbling back to do the defensive duties is Jordan Edmonds. Edmonds may have just averted danger for Curtin. And they've stolen possession back. Pressure, though, still being applied by Wasps. And that was a really good touch. Edmonds was the player who got the touch, but it's a free hit. And there's a little bit of pushing and shoving going on there between Rhys Angwin and Joe Robinson. Well, it was the two number ones, so you could say maybe they're just pushing for the right to be number one. Jamie Walsh pushes it to his brother Cale. Cale feeds it into Duncan Pearce. Pearce spinning away from Joe Welsh. And long corner going again to Wasps. Played square into the shins. Time running out. Not sure they'll get the chance to take that. And somehow one umpire's pointing one way, the other's pointing the other. And it's not going to matter, though, because the hooter's gone. That is half-time, and it is Wasps who broke the deadlock 2 minutes into that second quarter with a penalty stroke, which was converted by Duncan Pearce. So at half-time, it is Curtin University 0, Wasps 1. Welcome back to the Perth Hockey Stadium as the second half about to get underway in this match between Curtin University and Wasps, or Wesley South Perth Hockey Club as they are properly known. Wasps currently sitting 5th on the league ladder, Curtin 9th out of 12 teams. And if we look at the results on Friday night, there was a good result for the league if everyone else was looking at it. Fremantle went down 2-0 to Westside Wolves, so they're on 24 points. And if Hale can get a victory today, they would join them on 24. Hale with plus 14 goal difference, Fremantle with plus 18. Then you have YMCA on 18 points, Wolves on 18 points, Melville 17 and Wasps 15. So a victory for Wasps today would be really important, as we're just waiting for the goalkeeper, James Richardson, to dash down to the far end, the last man out. But I think the umpire's just checking that both teams have got the required 11 players. There are many occasions an extra player goes out. So it will be Wasps to get the third quarter and the second half underway. Leading by 1-0 at the moment. Duncan Pearce's penalty stroke, the difference between the two teams, and you'd have to say that Anton Zickler in goal for Curtin has been the reason they are still alive in this match. He's been outstanding, made some really top-class saves, the 19-year-old. And the question is, can he keep Wasps at bay, and can Curtin find an equaliser from somewhere? Unfortunately, the rain, as soon as play starts, the rain comes back, and that's unfortunate. But it is a fine rain and not the heavy drops that we had during the women's match. And Curtin have stolen possession and a chance to break forward now. Ryan West, who got it off the foot of Jamie Walsh just outside the circle. So free hit to Curtin. They would love a goal early in this quarter. Adoin goes back. Joe Welsh almost directly straight into the circle. Just took a little deflection on the outside of it. Thrown forward by Rainey, and Sampson's going to chase and try and bring that one under control. He does, and Sampson continues to accelerate. Hits it on the run. Deflects up in the air into the circle. Maverick Yao cleaning up at the back for Curtin. Did that go over the baseline? Strong challenge comes in from Sampson. It does go over the baseline now, and it will be a free out for Curtin. So Wasps have shown they've got plenty of pace. Sampson, well, just running across, just took Bilney's eye off the ball for a moment. Bilney, though, recovers, wins it back, plays it forward, kept in play very well in the end by Adam Piggott. It's stolen back. Bilney penalised for his challenge on Sampson. Jamie Walsh to Brother Cale again. Brynda Bears helping it forward. Played indirectly, deflected off the stick there of Joe Welsh. It'll be a long corner to Wasp, directly opposite where the ball went out of play. Jamie Walsh making his way forward. Umpire's happy with his placement. Slides it out wide. It was a really good pass, and that was a strong challenge coming in there from Joe Welsh on Joel Mitten. Mitten didn't complain. Jamie Walsh, short pass, but good defensive play coming from Curtin. Well, that was unlucky. Almost very good from Jordan Edmonds. And now there's a chance again for Wasps. And that was cracked with some venom there by Paul Robertson. Gets the free hit as it went straight into the shins. Good clearance at the back again. Maverick Yao mopping up at the back and doing a very polished job of it at the moment. Excuse me. Duncan Pearce is allowed to run on, and running through the back of Brynda Bears, appealing for the obstruction was Christian Nettleton. Not sure there was an obstruction there, a genuine obstruction, and the umpires agreed. and just ricochets, unfortunately for Wasps, off the stick of Brandon Gibbs and out of play. So a chance now to break forward. Rhys Angwin is aggressive, to say the least, and goes for it. That was a good block from Jamie Walsh, edge of the circle. Wasps just having the numbers as they break forward. Lachlan Sampson involved again. And that was just making Rainey stretch too much, and as he stretched, he lost possession, and Curtin now have a chance to come on the attack. Angwin out wide, looking to short-hand it across the pitch. He does, but it was way too far ahead of brother Dane. Dane Angwin, whose nickname I believe is Bulldog. Bulldogs are never renowned for their pace, are they? And he was never going to get on the end of that pass. Wasps certainly being made to work hard for a victory today against Curtin. Go back to 2018, there were plenty of goals. In August they played and it was 5-3 to Wasps. In May it was 6-4 to Wasps. So you look at that and that's 18 goals in 2 games. And we've just got the one at the moment in this match. And if you went back even a year before that, 2017, 3-1 win to Curtin and a 7-0 win to Wasps. So again, you had 11 goals in 2 games. Sampson again on the ball for Wasps. So 29 goals in 4 matches. You would have thought maybe today we'd see a few more. There's still maybe some. So stay with us, but at the moment it is a real cat and mouse affair as Angwin tries to get the better of Joe Robinson. Didn't manage to do so. Robinson then gets help from Cale Walsh. A little bit of space now for Robinson as he goes infield. Deflection is a good one coming from Rainey. Help forward in the end by Travis College. Stickling into the circle, plays it towards the P spot, but unfortunately McIntyre tumbled and wasn't able to get it under control. Just held up in midfield there by Lucas Allen. His pass went a long way back, but Curtin keep possession. And that's the key at the moment, keeping the possession and building slowly from the back. Nettleton. Nettleton being pressured there, went wide and looking for the pass back as he ran on the angle, but the angle was not quite acute enough. Robertson, though, is giving possession away. A little bit of hesitation in the midfield before eventually Ryan West said, look, I'll take it. Maverick Yao goes infield, but again it's easily collected by Joe Robinson. Cale Walsh just saunters over 23-metre line. Chance to turn again for Rainey. You could see what he was trying to do, just push that one into the path of Dylan Deere. This didn't quite happen. Dylan Deere from the Southwest Academy of Sport. Again, another one of those players coming through from the Southwest region of Western Australia. And they're doing such a good job at the Southwest Academy of Sport. Played his hockey with Bustleton Wolves. So 6.5 minutes left in the third quarter. Are we going to see an equaliser from Curtin, or are Wasps going to stretch their lead going into that final break? Oh, that was lovely from Rainey. College tried to play it forward. Nettleton stole it back, and absolutely smashed that one forward. Good control in the end by Jordan Edmonds, and Edmonds goes on the overlapping run, looking for the pass from Ryan West, but coming back and helping out was Duncan Pearce. Robinson will get the decision from the side as it ricocheted off the stick. I think it was eventually off Ryan West's stick. And a flick from Walsh, making it look very easy and just out of the sky. O'Doyne just playing it over the side. Oh, and a tumble in the middle of the field, just coming down. It's Liam Sweeney, but it's a free hit to Wasps. Walsh into the circle it goes, and free hit given just outside. It came up off the Curtin stick just outside the circle. And played towards the circle. In it goes, creating some space. Shot on the turn. Zickler again is there to deny Murray McIntyre. So Zickler again really coming to his team's rescue. McIntyre turned really well. Zickler, though, followed him, read the angles well, chipped into the D by Duncan Pearce, and that made it dangerous. So, again, Curtin survive as we go into the final 5 minutes of this quarter. That's a lovely steal, really well-timed tackle coming from Brandon Gibbs. McIntyre now feeds it out to Lewis Barrett. Barrett tries to go infield past Mercer, and it'll be a free hit going against Matthew Mercer. Calling for the ball was Jamie Walsh. Walsh looking for the run down the flank, and that was really well read by Piggott. Pushes it into the path of Checker. Checker, not much support going down the flank. Chased by Cale Walsh. Checker, though, just checking back, goes to Piggott again. Piggott infield, he goes now to Sweeney. Good defensive play coming back. And the whistle, where is the whistle? Wasps are just waiting for that, and maybe could have cost them. Lewis Barrett was convinced he'd found the foot. As the wind picks up, the rain picks up, and it really starts to swirl across the Perth Hockey Stadium. Not the most pleasant of conditions to play in. Well, we were told there might be hail, but I'm pleased to say we've avoided that so far today. And just shielding his eyes as the ball was thrown forward there was Joel Mitten. I think obviously just the swirling effect of the rain just going into his eyes and affecting his vision, and obviously it can sting as well. So again, Curtin hanging on. Well, as long as it's 1-0, they're in with a shout. They're certainly in with a shout at getting a draw. And whether they can sneak a win, well, that would be really interesting to see. Played 9, won 2, drawn 2, lost 5 so far, Curtin, this season. Barrett looking to go inside the circle. That was, again, a perfectly timed tackle coming from Matthew Mercer. And it's deflected into the feet of Maverick Yao. There was nothing he could do to get out of the way of that one. So it is a penalty corner for Wasps, their third of the match, right at the end of this third quarter. Can they turn this into a second goal and just give themselves a nice cushion going into the final quarter? Making his way down to the baseline is Brynda Bez. Duncan Pearce waiting again at the top of the circle. Jamie Walsh is alongside him. So Pearce at the first battery, Walsh at the second. Rainey stopping for Walsh. Goes to Jamie Walsh. He just spins and tries to set it up. It'll break free. In fact, it's just caught the foot, so will be another retake. Maverick Yao was just about to smash that ball out to safety. To be fair, the first runner closed down Jamie Walsh very quickly and adjusted his line brilliantly to snuff out the opportunity for Duncan Pearce. So still lining up the same way. Barrett stopping for Pearce. Rainey stopping for Jamie Walsh. They go to Walsh again. This time he goes for the deflection in front of the keeper. It was a good deflection, a good save again by Zickler. And disappointment for Wasps. It was Paul Robertson that was sliding in. He got the touch. Zickler, though, read it brilliantly and had his full body behind the ball and then managed to just keep it out of his goal. And Curtin survive again. Now, we don't have Player of the Match awards in the regular season, but certainly at the moment you'd say Zickler would be a candidate for the Player of the Match in this particular game. He was out in 2018 for 3 months when he actually injured his coccyx, or as he called it, his seat bone at training. Now, I'm not sure whether he fractured it, but I can only imagine it would be incredibly painful, and especially if you have to have an operation on that part of your body. Anton Zickler, 19 years of age, had that just last year and was out of the game for 3 months. But he certainly looks like he's recovered and back to his brilliant best. So Cale Walsh, as we enter the final minute of the third quarter, combining with his brother in the defensive line. Just wonder what games were like in their backyard if both of them were playing defence. Wouldn't have been many goals, would there? Maybe they just had their dad taking them on, of course, a renowned goal scorer for the Kookaburras. And in the coaching box today, in the absence of Dean Evans, helping out Wasps, the club he played for, although he started with South Perth, as ball comes to De Bez, who's dispossessed illegally, so free hit to Wasps on the 23-metre line. Cale Walsh just pushes it forward now. De Bez tries to play it in. Across the face it goes and swept away to safety by Curtin. Played on quickly. That was really good skill by Gibbs, but the hooter goes and no more goals in this period. And so we will go into the final quarter with a scoreline the same as it was after the second quarter. And that is Curtin University 0, Wasps 1. Well, the huddles break up and the players start to make their way out for the final quarter. Can Curtin University find a goal from somewhere? Can Nick Budgeon inspire his team to an equaliser? Or maybe go on to claim a victory with 2 goals? Who knows? In the meantime, it is Wasps leading by 1-0. They've had plenty of opportunities, but they've been struggling to get past the young goalkeeper for Curtin, Anton Zickler. And you just wonder whether they can find a second, and that will just give them the comfort to go on and claim a victory. So we're ready to get the final quarter underway. And once again, pleased to say the rain has stopped, and hopefully it will stay away for this final 15 minutes. Walsh again flicking it into the air. And it just caught the foot of Duncan Pearce. So thrown to the air now by Rowan Bilney. Walsh says thank you very much, gets it back, and Brandon Gibbs just dinks it onto the foot of Jordan Edmonds rather. Lachlan Sampson, he's been busy for Wasps again, trying to find a way along the baseline, gets past one, and unfortunately is deemed to have taken that out of play. So Curtin have been resolute in this match. You could say a little bit unlucky, the only goal coming from a penalty stroke. De Beers goes back to Cale Walsh, and trying to turn there is Vian Stickling. Stickling, who was so lively in the opening quarter, he's been kept fairly quiet since then. That's well read and flicked forward, but there's nobody there for Curtin, so now a chance for another attack as Gibbs plays it across field, and a mistrap, a rare mistrap there from Joel Mitten. And Curtin get the chance to go on the attack. Is this where they will find a goal? Piggott making numerous runs up ahead. And there's good space for Bilney down the left-hand side. Need to get the ball to him quickly. Comes to him now. He steps inside Lachlan Sampson and tries to feed the pass into the path of Piggott, but it was just too far ahead of him. So once again, Wasps going to the air, coming across and playing that out was Maverick Yao. Deemed to have come within that 5-metre space, so that's why it was a free hit, not a ball from the side for Wasps. Well, you may have seen during the breaks that a book is being written about the history of Wasps, and if you were a former player with South Perth men, South Perth women, or Wesley Old Boys, and you've got a story to tell, please make sure you check out the email address, get in touch. We'd love to have a chat with you. Top of the circle from Wasps, and Zickler, did he get a touch? Yes, he did. So again, Zickler just making sure that one didn't creep in at the near post. Sharp shot coming from Bryn de Beers. Comes wide now to Brandon Gibbs. Gibbs, though, oh, he kept it in play well. Just came off the edge of his stick. Now he advances to the baseline. Good defence, but just catching the foot of Jordan Edmonds. Rainey. And that's a good tackle coming in that time from Joe Welsh. Welsh, though, surrounded. Comes to Piggott. Piggott goes infield. And that was good little use of the hips there from Timothy Adowan. He's just missed that one, though. Luckily, no Wasps players behind as it comes wide now, this time to Bilney. Oh, good turn, top of the circle. Ball just taken away, though. Wasps trying to play out from the back to Bez and Rainey combining, and that one just runs out of play behind the run of Vian Stickling. Comes wide now, Bilney. Well, he's dispossessed by Murray McIntyre. Pearce now, a little bit of space for him. Short pass goes to Cale Walsh. Walsh will be closed down. Coming back desperately was Rhys Angwin. Stickling nearly running into the advertising hoardings. Once again gives us a chance to just thank our sponsors for making this live stream possible. FMG, the new force in iron ore. Ausdrill bringing more to mining. Danks Furniture, quality home furniture, the Danks difference. Tiger Turf, three different systems, unfilled, dressed and filled. And of course Kookaburra, hockey's #1 partnership. Without their support, the live streaming of these games would not be possible. As Pearce spins away from 3 Curtin players. We're in the final 10 minutes of this match. Just 1 goal the difference at the moment between the 2 teams. Are Wasps clinging on to a 1-0 victory? They're certainly looking for a second goal. A little bit overzealous again. Maverick Yao, who conceded the penalty stroke. That's a great pass inside the circle. McIntyre looking, normally Trent Mittens there for him, but he's away on Kookaburra's duty. And there was nobody in that zone for McIntyre to feed the ball to. And so Curtin managed to take it upfield, took a deflection, and they got a long corner. And then that is good play by Rhys Angwin, who's forced a penalty corner. He was tripped as he tried to play the ball forward. So Curtin have their first penalty corner of the match with just 9 minutes left on the clock. Well, can they score now? James Richardson in goal for Wasps has had absolutely nothing to do, really, in this match, and this will be his first real test. And the big question is this the moment for Curtin University? It looks like Joe Welsh is waiting at the top of the circle. Just to his left-hand side, there's Maverick Yao, but it is Welsh as it comes out. It's trapped. Welsh flicks. Good save, Richardson. And it's ricocheted, and apparently the back of the stick, I think, was the call. But certainly we're not going to wait, because it's Wasps on the counter-attack. Really swift break out of defence. Into the circle it goes, and well, Lachlan Sampson was in a great position, but credit the defender standing in front of him, and it went behind him and harmlessly out of play. Was in fact Jordan Edmonds who was doing the defending in front of Lachlan Sampson. Jordan Edmonds, who went to Northam Senior High. Northam in the wheat belt here of Western Australia. He was actually voted fairest and best at the 2014 Northam Indoor Competition. 2 teams playing in that final. Shaft beat Crabs 6-5. As here come Wasps again. Great ball across the face of goal. And we've got a problem here. There was just a connection on Paul Robertson. He's slow to his feet. McIntyre was at the back post. Robertson, though, is in a bit of trouble, I think. He's getting to his feet. Pat on the back from McIntyre. And good to see a quick apology coming in there from Joe Welsh. So Robertson is back up on his feet. Apparently he's a bit of a star on Instagram, Paul Robertson. If you want to check him out, he's at the Cheeky Gardener. Been told by his teammates that he has quite a following. Now, I'm not sure whether that is certain things he gets up to in the garden, but he is a gardener by profession and has plenty of followers. So we're halfway through the final quarter. Still 1-0. Comes to Duncan Pearce. He's closed down this time by Adoin. Played into the shins of Lucas Allen. Free hit to Wasps. Is there a little bit of drama left in this match? Oh, and there's an intercept there. Oh, and that's got to be a card, surely. Well, there can be no doubt Joe Robinson. And, well, carrying it on was Rhys Angwin. 10 minutes, so he will play no further part in the match. And I have to say, totally agree with that decision by the umpire. Joe Robinson just running across Rhys Angwin. No attempt to play the ball. Just took him out, and a good chance gone begging for Curtin. But it may be a good sacrifice for his team as McIntyre carries forward. Stopped on the edge of the circle. Great tackle coming in again from Christian Nettleton, and it's all getting a little bit physical out there at the moment. Pearce just calming things back. Well, the question is, will Curtin risk pulling their keeper? Gibbs tried to cut infield. It's another good tackle, though, edge of the circle, flicked over the head of Rainey. Unfortunately, though, it was missed by Checker. And Wasps get the chance with Travis College now. College pulling away, Angwin in close attention. Will be another free hit to Wasps. We've still got plenty of time left in this match. It will come square. Brandon Gibbs, no one picking him up. Can he play it in? He does, looking for the deflection, but there's no touch there, and it goes wide harmlessly. And you could see the pained expression on the face of Paul Robertson as he knew that if he'd got a touch then, that was game over. At the moment, Wasps are just clinging to a 1-0 lead. Pressure was good again from Lucas Allen. Jamie Walsh, though, plenty of experience, coped with that pressure well. Adoin, it goes. Adoin, rather, went up in the air off the stick, but there was nobody in any danger, so play on was the call. Looking for the deflection then, and that will be dangerous. It's deflected off Timothy Adoin's stick. Dwayne is 25 years of age, comes from Birmingham in the UK. Had a spell playing for Hatamse in the Netherlands. Angwin, and trying to get on the end of that, but it was just a little bit too far ahead of him was Ryan West. Good run by him. So we're in the final 5 minutes now of the final quarter. DeBez keeping the ball on the end of his stick, goes back to Gibbs. Gibbs, flick of the wrist, but player was too close when he tried it, so penalised for creating danger. Some may say that's harsh. Mercer plays on for Curtin. They look to switch it down the right-hand side. Maverick Yao now on the ball for them. Advances towards the baseline. Checks. Lovely turn by him. Goes back towards the baseline. Looking for a foot. Doesn't manage to get it. And it will be a free hit to Wasps. Jamie Walsh. And it's just going to go over the side as he just pushed that one into the path of Joel Mitten. And I'm sure the Kookaburras over in Great Britain, Matthew Swan, Trent Mitten, Tim Howard and Corey Weir, I'm not sure he went on the trip, but anyway, I'm sure they'll be watching this match with a lot of interest, even though they're playing international matches. They love their club teams. And Curtin still coming. Maverick Yao, a little bit of space again, lifted it rather dangerously, but play on is the call. Jamie Walsh did well to get his hand out of the way of that one. And now bursting forward again is Robertson. Square ball infield to DeBez. DeBez just didn't get it under control and was pickpocketed by Dane Angwin, captain of Curtin. Comes wide, needed to be a good trap, and not bad from Ryan West, but over the side it went off the stick of Duncan Pearce. Adoin over the ball again. Yao, plenty of space for him on the right-hand side. Charges straight into Robertson. Gets the free hit. Yao plays it back. Good interplay around the edge of the circle by Curtin. And being a real pest as he has been the whole game, Rhys Angwin. Rhys Angwin wouldn't have minded a little bit of rain today. He's a plumber by profession, so spends most of his days in water. So final 2 minutes now. Who would believe that there'd been 29 goals in 4 games and just one now? Zickler again having to make the save, and he's conceded a penalty corner. Played it into Lachlan Sampson's thigh. And that's about the first mistake Zickler's made all day. As Wasps win their 5th penalty corner of the match. And is this the moment where they will get a second goal and just put the game out of the reach of Curtin University? So certainly Curtin are throwing players up ahead. So they're keeping it, making sure Murray McIntyre just being pulled out from around the circle. So only the flickers are there. You got Pearce and you got Brandon Gibbs. Gibbs at the second battery, Pearce at the first. Hush comes around the stadium. They go with Duncan Pearce. Pearce, and this time it goes off the pad of Zickler into the goal, and Pearce gets a second for Wasps. And he gets a second for himself as well. And Wasps do have that cushion now with a goal right in the penultimate minute of the match, and Pearce sweeping home that penalty corner, flicking it with pace, and it went off the pad of the keeper into the net. And Curtin, wouldn't it be ironic if they scored now? Possession stolen by Rainey. And strong challenge coming in, and I think we're going to see a card for the block put in by Matthew Mercer there on Vian Stickling. Rainey again. So both teams now down to 10 players. And there's half a minute left. So you would think Wasps are going to be assured of victory now. And they just need to keep possession. Pearce goes to Gibbs. Gibbs will... Well, I thought he would give it back, but it's played out wide, and Brynn Bez being told to take it into the corner, and that's where he's headed now. Brynn Bez just taking his time, just lifting the ball over the stick there of Adam Piggott. And now it's Pearce who will take the free hit, and the hooter goes, and well, it was a tight match and it was a tough match for Wasps, but in the end they managed to pull through. 2 goals scored by Duncan Pearce, the first from a penalty stroke in the 17th minute, and then a second from a penalty corner in the 59th minute, assuring Wasps of all 3 points. The final score here, after Curtin put up a really strong fight throughout the match, is Curtin University 0, Wasps 2.